Hey friends, happy Wednesday, January 29th, Wednesday of the third week of Ordinary Time. It's nice to be with you. I'm Father Bill Hill, priest at Holy Spirit Catholic Community in Rock Springs, Wyoming. I'll share with you a reflection on the daily readings. The readings are linked below. Click the link, read the readings prayerfully, and then turn off the screen. Spend some time with God before you move on to other things. Yes, I'm sick. I sound worse than I am, but I am still kind of tired and run down. Thank you. I am getting plenty of sleep and taking good care of myself. Just sometimes takes a little bit. Turns out I'm middle-aged. But thanks for your prayers. Thanks for your flexibility yesterday. One parish announcement. We have a volunteer appreciation dinner Friday night, 6 o'clock, SCM Parish Center. Hey, even if you didn't RSVP, that's cool. Still come. Bring your family. It's a potluck, so if you can bring something, that's great. We haven't run out of food before, so we'd love to celebrate all of the different ways that volunteers help to make our parish, what it is. So thank you for that. Please be praying about how the Lord wants you to be involved in all sorts of different ways, right? Okay. We have readings today from the letter to the Hebrews and Mark's Gospel. Letter to the Hebrews. Remember the context of this. This is a letter directed towards Jewish Christians to speak to them of staying faithful to Jesus. Yesterday we heard about the sacrifice of obedience that Jesus gave to the Father in the body. Today we hear about the perfection of the sacrifice of Jesus, right? Towards the second half. For by one offering, the offering of Jesus, he has made perfect forever those who are being consecrated. Remember that the sacrifice of Jesus is the cross, is the sacrifice of his body, but it's also all of his life, everything about him offered to the Father at every moment. Jesus has already won the victory, right? And so we can sometimes get a little bit obsessive, worried that we are not worthy or that we aren't living into the fullness of the love of Jesus, the obedience of Jesus. This passage of Hebrews reminds us that Jesus has already done the work and done the victory for us, that we are living into that as people who have been consecrated. Perhaps in this place of reflection, we might just be grateful to Jesus for that sacrifice of obedience, of love, of himself that fulfills Old Testament sacrifice, right? Okay. Gospel. It's a familiar parable, the parable of the sower. It's pretty familiar, so slow down. Read it slowly. Really just try to chew on the words, really absorb them, especially if you are reading through it. Then you find your mind racing. Just go back. Again, I think that this one we can look at a bit obsessively and think, oh no, I'm not doing what I could or I should. Oh, the Lord has so much greater plans for me. How is the Lord bearing great fruit in your life? How is the Lord doing great things for you right now? Because this is all about what God has done. Old world grains would have been amazing had they borne like ninefold, right? And Jesus is saying that the seed of the kingdom, 30, 60, 90-fold. This is meant to delight and amuse and provoke the readers to imagine something that could do that. God is doing things in us so much beyond what we can understand. We just sit and marvel at that. One last image. What kind of a sower, right? And remember, each one of those seeds could be ground up and turned into bread to feed your family. What kind of a sower goes and throws that seed in the rocky ground and goes and throws it in the thorns and goes and throws it on the path? That's an interesting image of the absolute reckless love of God, desire for the kingdom among the human family. All right, friends, read those readings prayerfully. Turn off that screen. Spend some time with God before you move on to other things. Pray for folks having a hard time. God bless y'all.